Hi everyone, welcome back to another speed build here in The Sims 4. I am Auvbri and today we are tackling the lot where the original Goth family lived. But before jumping into the video, leave it a big like, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so. That's the best way to get notified every single time I upload. Let's jump into the build here. So, the last build I did was the Goth Manor. You can see it right next to this one. So this is actually where the original Goth build was located. I decided to repurpose it because I felt like the Goth family needed somewhat of a bigger house. They needed not just a villa as we had before, they needed a whole bloody manor. So that's what we built for them. Because let's face it, they are one of the most iconic families in The Sims, and oh, that went a little close. Sorry, I got the mic too close to myself. But they are one of the most iconic family in The Sims history, in The Sims franchise. Despite if you're playing The Sims 2, 3, whatever, 1, or 4, they are just an iconic family, and I felt like they deserved more than the base game house they had. And since we were redoing and rebuilding in The Sims 4 anyways as part of this series, I thought, why not build them a big ass manor? That left a space where the manor or the old house used to be, where I was like, okay, so we have created a graveyard, we have the old church on the other side as well of the street here, and we have the new Goth Manor. What are we gonna do in this spot that would fit in with the whole vibe of this neighborhood? So I've rebuilt the whole of Delsel Valley. This is one of the last builds I need to do in Willow Creek. We have 3 builds left, and then Willow Creek is done. Oh, actually 4, but one of them is kind of a wild card, so I'm gonna share that later. But I was like, so I need this to fit in with the vibe of this street, because this is the only street / neighborhood that actually looks like this. All my other rebuilds in the town of Willow Creek looks very different. It's way more industrial vibed. But I wanted to keep some of the Victorian aspect to some of the game here. So, of course, naturally that felt on the street where we've already built the graveyard and the cathedral church thing and the new Goth manor. So I was like, we need another Gothic villa. So that's what I've called it. I might change the name for YouTube, but that's what it's called as of making this video on the gallery as well. It is a smaller house, but it ended up actually fitting in a lot of rooms. So we had a lot of space here. I did take a lot of inspiration from the old house that was here, like the original Goth villa. But I kind of spruced it up a little bit. Also took some inspiration from the new manor that I built the Goth family, but I wanted them to be in a different style. So the Goth manor is very particularly recognizable because of the darker colors and the very, very dark Gothic aspect of it. Whereas I wanted this one to fit in more with the church and the graveyard and the whole style that we chose there. So this is more Gothic Victorian. So it's a bit more muted. We are choosing more of the grayish color scheme with the more Gothic vibes throughout the whole house. But when we come inside here, that's where I really started to have a lot of fun with the builds. So I was like, you know what would be absolutely perfect for a build like this? If a family came in and decided to reinstate, restaurize, whatever you want to call it, the old house, and keep the style, but mixing it with some very contemporary stuff and some very bold color schemes and bold wallpapers as well. And I think the result turned out so cool. I cannot remember the last time I did a build where I did such crazy things with wallpapers and stuff like this. And it actually turned out so nice like it did. So tell me what you think about it in the description down below once we're done. But yeah, I had so much fun with this build. I also did something new with the thumbnail as well. So I would really like some feedback on that one as well if you have time for that. Where I actually try to show both the house and one of the rooms in the thumbnail as well, to give a little bit more of a, this is what's going on with the whole thing. So I chose this wallpaper and I cannot remember what it's called. Maybe it's from the Decor to the Max kit. I'm not 100% sure, because let's face it, we're just getting kits thrown in our face at this point. They are freaking everywhere and it's becoming kind of difficult with like over 90 packs for The Sims 4 now to keep track of every single one of them. So, but I'm somewhat sure that it's Decor to the Max. I'm not 100%, but so don't quote me on it. But I just thought that wallpaper fit in so well with the whole vibe and aspect of the build that I was like, of course I'm gonna go with that. So we have that wallpaper going throughout some of the rooms. Each of the bedrooms are very different. So I thought we would just take a stroll and a walk through what is actually going on with the floor plan. So you walk right into your entryway, of course, where we have the staircase leading upstairs. Outside we have this big porch that kind of wraps around half of the house, which looks really cool. You can go in from the entrance into the back here where we have the kitchen and dining room. I kind of wanted to combine those two because we have this very cool where there's these big open windows. Now it might seem a bit cramped here, but your sim is actually able to move on either side of this table, so everything should be good. I tested it out with my trusty tester sim. So as far as I'm concerned, it worked when I tested it out. But you never know. Sometimes they move stuff around. Somebody actually also wrote to me that a lot of the items weren't switched out with base game items because there wasn't anything equivalent to it, which I was like, okay, I did not know that. So be aware of that, what the gallery says. According to the, the items and stuff like that, I did not know that it would not switch it out if it couldn't find anything adjacent. I just thought it would, there was always like a thing that matched the thing. Seeing that we, again, have over 90 expansion packs and game packs and whatever else you want to call them. But you walk right into the kitchen in the back. Then I was left with this big urban space. And I was like, bookcases. Bookcases is what we need. It's very Victorian-esque. It's very much the vibe of the villa that we're going for. So we also have these columns spreading throughout the whole of the build. I decided to use the white and the blue one. That way I could really get away with having this crazy wallpaper and accenting it with the more muted marine blue wallpaper. I love the way that this turned out. And the way that the blue just carries on throughout the whole build with the white aspect. And we can use different accent colors like a little pink, some yellow, golden accents as well with the white. Works super, super well as well. So it was just, everything was just coming together. And I actually did not, this time around, wait till the very last minute to do the bathroom because I had a new bathroom kit and I of course wanted to try it out. So I mixed and matched some of that stuff with some existing items, but I was just like, this is what I really like about the kits. You can say what you want about them. They are very controversial and definitely a cash grab. That's also why I never recommend a kit if I am not 100% behind it. Seeing as I think especially the bathroom is where I'm lacking, and I need inspiration, because the bathrooms that I want to create, which are very Scandinavian inspired, because I am, surprised, from Scandinavia, those things just don't really exist in the game. So this new kit I can 100% recommend if you want to create something that's a bit more modern and Scandinavian inspired, because I feel very much like that is the vibe I'm getting from it. So of course that's what I had to do here as well. Play around with it, and just I kind of like it. So I created a bathroom that I really enjoyed, and of course I had to build 2 of them. So there are 1 bathroom in the ground floor, and there are 1 bathroom on the upstairs floor. And that's because we actually have 3 bedrooms in this house. In the back, we are gonna make some little changes to the entrance room, whatever you want to call it, because I actually needed to put in a washer and dryer in a place. So you're gonna watch that. But yeah, the living room turned out really cool as well. And again, I could kind of play off of the crazy wallpaper with some different accent colors, which I thought was super, super cool. I decided to choose and show off the entrance hall in the thumbnail because I just like the wallpaper. It's one of those wallpapers I wish I could use that in real life. I just don't know how, because it's very different to pull off in a Sims game than in my own house. And my style is somewhat not contemporary. It's more modern, industrial inspired. So it's like, how do you really make that work? But in this, I think it works. This is the master bedroom. Because it is the master bedroom, of course, I threw in a fireplace. One of the newer fireplaces, I loved the way that it looked. I was like, we need to do something with that. So they, of course, got the bigger room. Then I went into another style room, which I was like, this color scheme also just is giving. Like, it's giving just chic villa vibes with a little bit of Victorian Gothic hint in there, but definitely also contemporary modern. And I love that each of the bedrooms have their own distinctive color and style to it. So that's something I really do appreciate. I made this into more of a teenager room. You can use it for whatever you'd like, but again, I just made it into a more of the teenage girls' room and went with that vibe. But you, of course, could change the color scheme in here to be another color, and that would work perfectly for a male as well. We had the landing area here, and it was a bit of an awkward space. I was like looking around, where can I place the laundry room? So I decided to make this little indent out in the entrance hall, because there was just enough space to put it in there, and we could actually hide it like this, and putting the laundry washer and dryer in between that little space. So you can go in there, it's kind of hidden away, but it's still accessible. And that way I could still have the laundry baskets in each of the room. I know laundry is a very controversial thing in The Sims. As I've already said many times, and I've always said it, I do like laundry in the game. I think it adds a certain level of realism that I really do appreciate being in the game. So for me, I was one of the people who voted for the laundry stuff pack. I'm just gonna say, and I stand by it. But yeah, the landing was pretty much done. Put a desk in there. And then I was like, okay, so we have this tower, which is an odd shape. Like, what do you put in here? And then I remembered I have all this cool stuff from one of the kits with a lot of painter stuff and just all this artsy like vibe things. So I decided to chuck that into the room and make it into a really artsy room. Again, I went of more of the feminine style in here, but it's definitely, again, something where you can change out the color scheme of every item in here, and it could work for a boy as well and be more masculine. But I just love the way that it looks. It's very, very different from the other rooms, but it has its own vibe, and it's definitely still in the crazy wallpaper style of the rest of the build. And then I just appreciated that we could actually tell different stories with each of the room. And again, the people who live here, like, who are they? Who moved into this old Gothic villa and decided to renovate the whole damn thing and repurpose a lot of stuff and, you know, really take the style, but also mixing it? Who did that? So that's kind of the stories that I'm trying to tell with these rebuild series as well. I want people to be able to have a fun time with the builds and kind of create their own stories going into each of the builds. So as I've said many times before, the save file is gonna go live as soon as I'm done with each of the worlds. I am still not burned out on The Sims. I don't expect it to really come soon, but I can also see, not only for my channel, but for a lot of Sims channels, it seems like people are getting a bit burned out on The Sims 4. And since it doesn't seem that we are getting a new next generation Sims game like The Sims 5 anytime soon, I am just looking like very much forward to to a game like Paralives. I've also really considered playing City Skylines 2 on here as well, another simulation game, because I don't think this channel should be exclusively The Sims. But tell me what you think about that down below, because again, I'm also creating for you guys as well. So is City Skylines, which is a very different simulation game, but still something that you can kind of build in and create some stuff, is that something you would watch? It would help me out a great big deal for any constructive feedback whatsoever. And once I am done rambling here, we could probably get back into the video. So I just created a garden. We have a little greenhouse-esque type of build in the back. I decided to put some, you know, different lanterns around the place and light up the house in the nighttime as well. Put something on the landing, the deck, porch, whatever you want to call it. And here are the screenshots. I really do love the way that this turned out. I love the mixture of the old Victorian style with the more contemporary, crazy, kooky wallpaper and modern style. I think it works really, really well. Like, you can definitely see it's a lot of different styles that's just mixed together, but for me, it works. It just works really well. So I'm very interested in hearing what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. And as I said before, this build is available on the gallery right now. So you just have to search my EA ID, which is Auvbri, exactly like the channel name here, and you're going to be able to find every single thing that I've done. All my rebuild series houses are on the gallery, and you can place them exactly where I place them. I try to explain really well in the beginning of each of the video where this is located, or you can just wait for me to finish up this series and upload it myself onto the gallery. So I'm rebuilding every single world, starting with the worlds that I like the least and working my way up into some of the newer worlds. So believe it or not, yeah, Willow Creek is not one of my favorite worlds. I think it's a very boring and dull world. And after Willow Creek, I of course am gonna tackle Oasis Springs, because let's face it, as a base game world, it's also very boring, and you can just, there's a lot of copy paste stuff that I just want to get rid of, and we're gonna tell some new stories, recreating the worlds in what I think they should look like. And of course, for Willow Creek here, we have created a more Victorian industrial vibe to a lot of the builds, mixed in with some modern aspect as well. So yeah, I cannot wait to show you guys the next build. It's gonna be a big one. It's one of the just to tease a little bit, but it's one of the mansion builds that is located in Willow Creek. So you can kind of figure out or maybe contemplate a little bit about what kind of builds that would be for the next one. But yeah, I think I'm all about done here. It's very much one of these videos where it's a little bit on the longer side, but I still want to show everything because I know a lot of people appreciate that. And if you don't, you can just skip around in the video. While I am babbling here again, leave a comment down below. What do you think about this build? What do you think about the future plans I have for the channel? Leave the video a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. And be sure to check out my last video. It really helps me out a great big deal. Other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world.